The CIAA is celebrating their 100th anniversary. Now, many people don't know that this conference has produced some great NBA players like Rick Mahorn, Earl the Pearl Monroe. The winner will get $500, but more importantly, all the rest of the proceeds goes to the YMCA Youth Development Program. The last time the Rangers finished #1 in the Eastern Conference, they went on to win Lord Stanley's Cup. The Rangers clearly have momentum on their side after a great Game 1 victory. We'll return here on Monday for Game 2. Only 2 players in the history of West Virginia basketball have scored 1,800 points and collected 1,000 rebounds. One of those players being NBA Hall of Famer Jerry West, the other being NBA hopeful Kevin Jones.
I gotta hold it together, man. My cousin Sean, I wish he was.
That's all right. An emotional Baltimore Raven, Ray Rice, could not hold back the tears at his 4th annual Ray Rice Day. The old pro running back holds this camp every year for the kids, but today his community did something special for him.
Today, New Rochelle High School is going to officially retire the number 5, which will never be worn again in New Rochelle High School.
You know, it doesn't happen too often. And, you know, it's not something, I don't take anything for granted, but that might be the best honor that I've ever had in my life.
Rice's cousin wore the number 5 at New Rochelle High School before Rice did. But when tragedy struck the Rice family, Ray took the number and wore it in his honor.
My jersey number 5 is not just a jersey to me. It was my cousin, Sean, who passed away in a car wreck. You know, him and his wife, you know, his wife died instantly, and he held on for a few days. He made it, and, you know, he wore that number. That's the reason why we wore 5. So somehow, mathematically, I got 27, and I rearranged the numbers. I can always get back to the number 5.
Even though Rice has made it to the NFL, he's never forgotten where he came from. He's the pride of New Rochelle, and he continues to give back to his community.
I think he's a really cool person. He's really nice and really cares about people. He cares about his community.
He's a great ambassador for the high school. He's a great ambassador for the city of New Rochelle. And what's really important is Ray thinks it's very important for the kids to hear his message about his dream and how he got his dream to become a reality.
I do it from the bottom of my heart, and I love giving back.
In New Rochelle, Derwin Worrell, News 12 Sports. I am live at White Plains High School, where the White Plains Tigers will be hosting the Huguenots of New Rochelle. Now, this is a heavyweight playoff matchup, but before we even talk about this contest, let's talk about some other games that happened earlier in the playoffs. Let's first talk about the Dobbs Ferry Pirates. They're the defending champions, and they had to travel to Rhinebeck to take on those Panthers. Let's pick it up in the 3rd quarter. Rhinebeck trails by 1. Tom Papillo hands off to Jacob Calvini for a little trickery. Ryan Morningstar is shining in the end zone. That's a touchdown. The Panthers lead 13-7. 4th quarter, Papillo will call his own number. He won't be stopped. That's a touchdown. Rhinebeck wins 25-7 and let the party begin. Rhinebeck had not beaten Dobbs Ferry since 1996, and they will move on to the next round. Now let's go to Iona Prep, where they were hosting Archbishop Stepinac. 2nd quarter, Iona leads by 3. Mario Biaggi will throw a perfect strike to Christopher Cooper for a 9-yard touchdown. The Gales extend their lead to 10. The 4th quarter, the Gales are looking for more. Shaquille Townsend finds a crease and he is gone. 58 yards on the touchdown. Iona Prep wins 24-10, and they have advanced to the semifinals. Let's change gears. In some shape or form, we've all been affected by Hurricane Sandy. So last night was the first sporting event in this city since the devastation. So the New York Knicks went out there last night to try to give New Yorkers something to cheer about, and they would have to try to get it done against the defending champions, the Miami Heat. A full capacity crowd on hand for this emotional Knick home opener. 1st quarter, Carmelo Anthony knew that the New York fans needed a pick-me-up, and he didn't let them down. Melo with the 3, Knicks up by 13. Next possession, Melo again. That 3 beats the buzzer. The Knicks would go up by 16. Melo would finish with 30 points and 10 rebounds. At the half, the Knicks had an 11-point lead, and in the second half, there would be more of the same. Steve Novak gets into the act. He had 17, and the Knicks make a statement with a 104-84 win over the Heat. That's definitely a win that this city needed. They needed something to smile about with all of the devastation. But today, we're just moments away from the start of this contest. I'm telling you, these two teams do not like each other. They're both undefeated. The loser of this contest is going to have a long winter. I had a chance to talk to the White Plains team, and they said they're going to be ready for this one.
These kids out here, they've been going hard all week, and they're hungry, and we want this win.
Well, there you have it. Stay tuned to News 12 at 10 for all of the highlights. I'm Derwin Worrell, live in White Plains. Now back to the studio.